Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Reality Realness with 3 S's. I'm your host, Chantele Francis, here, not with Michelle today, but with my other co-host from The Challenge. It's Matthew. How are you doing today, Matthew? And why is it that you have Emily Flippin as your backdrop?
Well, I'm doing well, and I have Emily because I tend to like to give credits to someone that's causing a lot of chaos in our episodes on the challenge. So someone that's like really bringing it in the entertainment factor, and I think Emily was someone I was super excited for coming into the season, and has certainly delivered through the first 6 hours of the show.
Absolutely. I mean, I don't have the same feeling after this episode. I was just a little bit frustrated with like her kind of putting Christian in a bad spot for a moment, and that whole interaction that she doesn't necessarily think things through, which I think is what you probably very much enjoy about her, that she's not measured and she'll make some rash decisions. But I was just mad at her because I was like, if you mess this up for Christian, like, I don't know if I'll forgive you. So I have a little bit of a different opinion, but I do get where you're coming from.
Yeah, I think one thing I really am liking about this season is we are just getting so much time with these people conversing around camp. And it's really been a treat to see people not only like strategize and play well, but also like do things that are really dumbfounding. And I am really liking that about this season compared to like the previous 10 seasons, really, where there was so much emphasis on the challenges and the journeys, which we have gotten a few of. Luckily, none this episode. But just like seeing people, like them editing people to show mistakes as well as triumphs is a really nice treat. And yeah, I'm really here for all the messiness and gameplay for 50 so far.
Of course. So now, did you have any expectations going into season 50? Like, I don't know if we even talked about did we do a cast drop together? I can't remember if we talked about like the cast
No.
coming in, people you were excited for. Were you excited for the season? Were you disappointed by the cast? What were your pre-thoughts?
Yeah, I was pretty disappointed in the cast, to be honest. I think, like a lot of people, I was just feeling like it was way too new era heavy. Even the old school players were like from the late 30s, which is not old school. Like to me, that's more new era. So I was definitely disappointed by the lack of early, like pre-20 representation on the cast. I was, I'd say, yeah, cautiously optimistic. As it got closer and like the preseason press started coming out, I was getting a little bit more excited. I definitely think there is room for improvement on the cast side of things, but I had like decently high hopes. And I mean, yeah, again, like through the first 3 episodes, I I still, there's like part of me that's like still a little bit pessimistic. Just kind of seeing like some of the boot order I'm not like super pumped about, and some of what we're getting with like the honor integrity stuff is not really what I jive with. So that was kind of my worry when I saw the cast come out, that there could be like a Joe, Jonathan, Coach, Colby, Stephanie type of thing. And it does seem like that is going to be a thing. I just hope that the counter alliance with
Everybody else.
yeah, like Cirie and Christian and all those fun people, Emily, like will be able to kind of take some shots at that honor.
Take the honor down, the honorable down. I know. Please. So you were mentioning that there were some people that you kind of hoped would be on there that would maybe up the diversity and like a little bit more interesting. Can you think off the top of your head of some people that you were hoping to see on the season? Because there was a lot of people that got the call and they were in the talks, and I am surprised that there are a lot of people that I didn't see on this cast, and surprised by some that I did see.
Yeah, I'd say, I mean, people that stand out, there's so many, but I mean, obviously Robsy is one of the biggest ones. Jerry, I think Sean Rector was in the mix, and like not casting him is a huge mistake. I would have loved to see like James Clement back. I think that could have been fun. I mean, even like deeper pulls of people that are not like super, like not the biggest names, but would be like a big part of Survivor history. Like someone like Dreams from Fiji, I think would have been awesome. I mean, if you're going to have winners, like I find it a little frustrating that Richard Hatch is not here for 50. Those are some big notable old schoolers, and then kind of like that middle. We don't really have anyone from the middle era, like the 20s into the mid 30s. So I think like a Malcolm has been talked about, Kelly Wentworth, Andrea, who else from the middle era? Like even like a Ty Trang would have been someone that would be interesting.
I would definitely have to, like everybody that you said, I'd be like, ooh, like I'm like, oh, that would be a really interesting dynamic. And I guess one thing that I'm not really jiving with, like I'm happy to see all these players that are from David versus Goliath. You know, I do like each and every one of them. But like, did we need 3? Did we need like 11 from the new era? If it was 11, I could be just making up a number. But like, I would have rather maybe see 1 or 2 from every season, you know, more so than like having such like big groups of people that could easily come together and become a majority. I just would like it to have been a little more spread out.
Yeah, I'm totally with you on that. I was talking to one of my friends yesterday after the episode, and I was saying like, it's super frustrating how David versus Goliath and then 46 and 48 have 3 people each. Like that's over a third of the cast right there is from 3 seasons. And then you get a situation like, as much as I like Christian Angelina and Mike White, I'm actually liking Mike White a lot more this season than his last season. But as much as I like them, the fact that they wind up on the same tribe here and then Q basically has no shots, that's frustrating because it just like, that's like a pre-existing relationship and like pre-game alliance naturally that is just going to pick off someone who is like another big name and like strong force in the game. And I was honestly quite impressed with how Q was playing this season too. And I was excited to see Q adjust his game and like have a nice run this season. But once the tribe swapped and then they lost the immunity, it was kind of a foregone conclusion.
A foregone conclusion. And as I was kind of saying in our other chats about this new season, that I haven't been that upset with the journeys and this and that, but it's because the players hadn't gone to a tribal council yet. So I haven't seen how the value of their vote is going to mess up their game. And so do you think that Jeff, because I think that Q is a favorite of Jeff, like, do you think that he's happy with this twist of them going away, having to negotiate for tools so that they can build their camp, but he's going to lose his vote on the swapped tribal council where he doesn't necessarily have like the relationships and the bond that he's made for the last however 7 days or whatever it is? Like, do you think Jeff is happy with this?
I mean, I would suspect no, but I mean, if the alternative was Q rallying numbers against Angelina, like I don't think Jeff would have been happy about that either. So it was kind of a lose-lose. Like realistically, like if Angelina went home here, I would also be pretty upset. So it would have sucked.
Well, I kind of wanted Stephanie to go.
Yeah, I just didn't think that was going to be an option.
No, it wasn't going to be an option, but like that's the option that I wanted to happen. I know that Q, it was their starting tribe, so he wants to protect his numbers in that way. And it made sense for him to want to potentially target somebody from those 3. Absolutely. But it's frustrating that he has absolutely no strength without his vote. And it's just, and then they have the power of the 3 of them from their season together. So it's kind of was a lose-lose all around, and it wasn't satisfying. It was frustrating for me. Anyways.
Yeah. And I agree. Back to what you were saying before about the journeys. I really don't like the journeys for the most part. This season, like they are actually not too bad but it is because of the characters, like you were saying. It's like, I want to see Colby and Savannah talking because like it's so random.
Iconic.
Yeah, it's like, when are we ever going to see Colby and Savannah talk? And obviously Savannah goes home that same episode or the next episode. So she doesn't have many more moments in the season, but to see her have just this random conversation for 5 minutes with Colby of all people, it was pretty awesome. Like episode 1, we got the great moment with Ozzy and Coach, with Q there as well. And like seeing Q on Exile with Ozzy was really fun as well. I'm honestly a little bit disappointed that I wish Colby and Savannah had to stay on Exile together last week. That would have been fun, because then you get a little more extended time. It's like Colby and Savannah with like an overnight date on Exile. Pretty
that would have been funny. So like awkward and weird and like a bond, but like that would be awesome. I wonder why they didn't get that.
I wonder if it will come back or if it was just the premiere. But for like the other New Era seasons, I really don't like these journeys, but on 50 it is definitely more tolerable. I honestly think my only real flaw with the season so far is I think the swap just came a little bit too soon. I think it should have came when there was 18 people left and not 21.
Okay, I can get behind that. Do you think that it came maybe a week soon because of the Kyle Medivac? Or like, no, I guess it wouldn't have been. Well, yeah, it would be kind of a week soon.
Yeah, I guess it would have theoretically been the following episode, but I just like. I was having so much fun with the starting tribes, and I thought there was like some really interesting dynamics there. I was also listening to some of Q's exit press, and he was saying that his starting tribe was going to throw the next immunity challenge with
so
the
they can get their vote
Aubry
back.
Out. Yeah,
get Aubry out and get their votes back. Yeah, like I mean, they should have done it as like soon as possible. To be quite fair, before Aubry had a chance to get that that item. A lot of people have been speculating that the timing of the bag search was just kind of put out of order. I think Sandra was suggesting this on the podcast that she does with Carolyn and Jam Jam. And so saying that like, oh, it looked like, they went through her bag and Genevieve was kind of leading that charge because she had found the Billie Eilish idol and she's thinking that Aubry may have. And so what they were speculating is that it was found, but she just didn't have it in her bag. And so they just kind of put it in out of order just to make it seem like, oh, drat, we didn't get it. But like the timing wise that she actually did have it.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard that as well. And that honestly seems pretty believable.
Yeah, it tracks for me too. Some people here in the chat are thinking that maybe Jeff was trying to have the swap early because they wanted to save Joe. Joe does seem like he was going to be the next person that was going to go from the Sivavu tribe, the Orange tribe. And so, and also Joseph is thinking that as well, that Joe has been saved by Jeff Probst. What are your thoughts around this?
I don't know. I don't necessarily think so, because there's just so many like big popular names here. And we've seen like on Winners at War, they did a swap and the first 3 people gone were Boston Rob, Sandra, and Parvati. So yeah, it's like pretty brutal. Now we lose Q here, and we lost Yule as well. So
is Q the person that you were kind of saying like you don't love the boot order, or was there other people that you were wanting to maybe see a little bit more from? Oh, Jenna.
Yeah, I think losing Jenna episode 1 is like really shitty, considering like she was the only representation from Borneo. She was one of 3 people that debuted in the first 10 seasons.
She didn't do any pre-gaming, as far as she said in her press.
Yeah, or at least very minimal. Like maybe she like called up Colby or something, but definitely like she wasn't like super involved. And that to me was just unfortunate. I honestly think like Savannah is like a fun New Era winner, but I mean, I guess like people have to go. So I don't know. I mean, there are people I would love to see gone, but
it's getting harder and harder every week for sure.
Yeah, I just need to lose. I need to lose a couple people that I don't love.
Such as, I mean, like the Honor Integrity crew.
Well, I do actually really love Colby, to be honest. So that's my like fatal flaw.
He's just an old man. Like he's just such a good old boy.
Every time he's on the screen, I'm just cracking up. He's just like, and I honestly like how he's actually trying to adjust to the new era.
Yeah, talk about good year, right?
Yeah.
Like he's probably like 3 years older than me, which is like hilarious.
Yeah, he just like feels like such a fish out of water, and I
Yeah.
really love that vibe. But yeah, I mean Joe, Jonathan, Stephanie, like definitely not vibing with them. I've never been like a big Rick Devens fan, but I actually do
I like
enjoy
him
him
this
this season.
episode.
Yeah,
This season, I mean.
yeah,
I'm
this season
not
I'm
minding
liking
him.
him. I haven't like got into Aubry yet this season. I've been fine on her in the past, but I'm not
I really
loving
liked her
her
first season. I really did. Like I loved like her kind of transformation from, you know, having her breakdown in the beginning and then able to really get her footing and get to the end. I really thought that she deserved the win, in my opinion. I'm not sure. I can't remember if you were preferring Michelle to have won, but I was an Aubry stan that season. And I didn't necessarily like her the other times when she came back. And I definitely have not been liking her this time here. You know, we hear from Genevieve how things that have been happening. We're gonna probably talk about it a little bit more when we start playing our little game. But I'm just kind of like, why is she just like automatically going out there making enemies? Like, okay, sure, you think that Genevieve is dangerous? Get your enemies closer. Allow her to think that you guys are your friends and be willing to stab her in the back when you need to. I just think that she's causing this like kind of a weird tension and dynamic that like I don't think she needs to. I think people would be willing to work with her if she wasn't acting so odd.
Yeah, and I mean Aubry really. I think Aubry got saved by this tribe swap. She would have definitely had to flush her idol, or she would have been voted out with an idol in her pockets if they went to tribal with that old tribe. I do agree. Aubry was really misplaying the first two episodes. I actually think Genevieve was kind of
that's this episode for sure.
Yeah,
but I just from like the lead up, I just was like, I think that Genevieve wouldn't have gone so like off her game this episode if Aubry was acting this a little bit more normal in their first two seasons, like the first two episodes on their original tribe. And I think that also what might have made Genevieve spiral a little bit is the fact that she had the numbers on her first tribe. She kind of had control. She had her alliance. She knew where all the idols and all the advantages were, who had a vote, who didn't have a vote, who was being roped in together. Rizzo's going to come vote with them. They're taking out Aubry, her biggest nemesis. They checked her bag. Nothing's like she'd already kind of had everything planned out. I think she just was spiraling because she just didn't have any more control. And she knows that Aubry's coming for her. And she just didn't kind of react favorably. I think she's going to lose this battle.
Yeah, what a fun interaction though on the beach, like so awkward. That was like another thing, like it's just like a moment between two people like you never would expect to play together. And like even though I'm not the biggest Aubry fan out there, she does have a place on this season for sure. So to have that scene where they're just kind of like stonewalling each other was pretty fun.
Cinema for sure.
Yeah, as Riz God would say.
Bad gameplay though. Hi, what up, Tim? I hope you enjoyed RHAP live in LA yesterday. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to go, but I was definitely having FOMO. Did you see all the people that were there?
I actually was just before we hopped on. I was watching some of it on YouTube, so I just got to the introduction of. Say and Shaheen and Thomas. So I saw Parvati and Double D. Looks like a good crew.
Yeah,
sure.
It definitely looked like a good group was over there, and so I was a little bit jelly. Also, I'm commenting was Demi was commenting, being like, "Oh my God, so many people are here." So I actually would have really liked to have met Demi.
Bachelor Demi?
Yeah, but she's like a fan of RHAP. She came on the podcast. Remember when we were talking about Rachel going home for Big Brother? She did come on and chat with us in that little group.
Oh, yeah.
But she's definitely more and more, I've seen her being involved in the RHAP community. So I would have liked to meet her. That would have been kind of fun.
Yeah,
would have been very fun. But we're not here to just talk about, the seasons and what's bothering us. We're going to do our little bingo game. So you can kind of been following along a little bit with what I've been doing with Michelle, correct?
A little bit, but I will need to be refreshed.
Refresher. So I have a little bingo board that I made up with some categories that I would expect to see maybe in the show or not see. And so we just kind of place our torch on different spaces on the board and then talk about anything that may have or may not have happened this episode that would reward us with a torch. Tu comprends?
I gotcha.
You gotcha. So where do you want to go first? You're new to the game. Where do you want to place your torch?
Well, I guess we can start easy in the top left. We did definitely get a flashback of Coach and Colby in Heroes vs. Villains, where Colby was getting quite the ass whooping from Coach, which famous clip from the premiere of Heroes Villains.
Oh, yeah, like it must have been torturous for them to watch that back, you know? It's like, oh, brutal. I feel like there was another one too this episode that I can't remember off the top of my head. That's one thing that I do love though about this season is all the flashbacks, is all the looking at like where we came before. And that's kind of why I don't understand how come they had so much new era. I feel like they're not using new era that much at all. The first episode, I'm sure he talked to everyone on the mat, but they only highlighted like 5, 6, or 7 of the older returning players. And then even here, all the flashbacks, like have we seen? Oh, we did see a flashback this episode.
I think, did we see one of Maria and Charlie?
And Charlie, exactly. Yeah. So that's the other ones. We didn't see. So my theory has gone out the window. I was going to be like, they only show flashbacks of old era, but they did do a new era flashback with Charlie and Maria. What did you think about that flashback and the fact that Charlie is harboring all these feelings?
I thought that was a really well done scene. And we actually got the flashback of like the night before, which was like an interesting editing choice, I thought, as well.
Right. Yeah. With Rizzo.
That was really cool. I quite enjoyed that. Charlie is very butthurt still, it seems. So that was really cool. I thought that was definitely an interesting moment with Rizzo. And I mean, hearing Rizzo talk about Sophie B and Savannah, and yeah, that's just raised the red flags for Charlie was pretty entertaining. So I like seeing those two nerds kind of go at it a little bit.
I definitely and I thought was, I don't know if Rizzo is just a little bit dense or if he was actually just asking the question, but like you must have an idea that it's a touchy spot. So like, oh, are you still not talking to Maria? Oh, why? Oh, because she didn't vote for me and we're supposed to be besties moving through this entire game together. And like her vote definitely made sure that I did not win the game. Like, oh, like you're going to ask me about that like in front of everybody. Anyways, I just thought it was very insensitive, but like, is it just his naivety or like, was he trying to rile him up in a certain way? Like, do you think it was anything that was kind of premeditated or
I don't think so. I think he is just like a super fan and like he wants the tea. Like I honestly, I feel like that's what I would be like on there too. Like I would just have so many questions about previous seasons, like previous relationships. So I feel like it was just kind of like some downtime and he was just being nosy. I don't think he was trying to get on Charlie's bad side or to kind of get Charlie all riled up for any ill intent.
Well, little does he know that he's riled up against him, just for the fact that he did not vote for Sophie. You would think that he would have thought about the fact that is a direct correlation to what Charlie experienced, but I don't think he recognized that at all. Poor Rizzo. I don't know. I feel like this rivalry is going to continue.
Yeah.
So Joseph has a question for us. If the swap wasn't created to save Joe, I don't know if it was actually created to save Joe, do we think that Joe would have left? So if that tribe went to tribal, I think that he would have left over because of who would have been there still. It would have been Cirie. I don't think she's going anywhere. I don't think Ozzy was going to be going anywhere. Then Emily, Devens, Christian.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah.
And then Joe?
Yeah, and Joe. I think Joe most likely would have been gone.
Yeah.
And also the fact of the matter is, if they tried to go against Ozzy, Cirie would have tipped Ozzy off and he would have played his idol. So the only alternative would be they try to put votes on Ozzy, and then Ozzy and Cirie would decide who goes home, and then maybe they take a shot at one of the three of the like gamer alliance instead of Joe. But I think more likely than not, the five of them would have continued what they were doing and like taken out the person that had no other connections on the tribe.
Yeah, like I don't think they cared that much that they were going to tribal because they kind of wanted to secure their 4 with Ozzy being their 5th. That's kind of how I think they kind of were going to go no matter what, you know? Like I just didn't think that Joe really had that many people on that tribe that cared to play with him, especially, you know, we didn't even see it, but apparently he was a lot more uncomfortable to be around, according to Savannah, that it didn't show how intense the argument between him and Devens got last week. And so if that's the case, like I'm sure that they were going to be going, he would be going next.
I think they made a mistake taking out Savannah instead of Joe. Because you have to know that there's going to be a tribe swap at some point soon. And Joe is just so much more dangerous on a tribe swap based on like the other honor integrity people that are there. And I get that like you don't really know Savannah's game. So that is like a little bit scary in itself. But I just think with Joe, it's like Joe is going to, on a tribe swap, Joe is going to settle in somewhere. And then he makes the merge and like he's not a threat because he can't win. But he's like a nice guy that's like loyal. And like, I feel like not taking him out there, like he's going to find his footing a lot better than someone like Savannah would have. So
he could always get out Savannah because she's a winner and nobody knows her game. At all.
I think so for sure. Like she only even knows Rizzo. And I know Joe is like very new also. It probably doesn't know that many people, but everyone saw his game, and you have to think that at least half the cast is going to want to work with someone like Joe based on what they've seen of him on 48s. And then also knowing he played that way, went to the end and got 0 votes. So he's literally the perfect ally to someone like Coach or Colby or whoever, like someone like they're going to be loyal to each other. They're going to go to the end and Joe won't win.
Joe is not winning. I cannot see a world where Joe wins this game. I don't, there's no path that way. I can't, like, would he have to just win its way all the way there? Like, it just seems almost impossible.
I mean, he won 4 immunities last time and still got 0 votes. So, I mean, the thing is, like, my one worry with this season is if too many of the honor integrity people make it to the jury phase, then if one of them makes it to the end, that person's going to win because they're going to have like 5 votes on the jury. So I think we got to get rid of like a couple of them pre-merge to avoid that being a scenario that takes place.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so what about some tears? Have you seen any tears this episode? Oh my God, why is this my mouse is not working for me today? Okay.
Did we see any tears? Q did not cry when he left.
Did I write down any tears? Oh, wait, no. I feel like we saw some oh, we did. We did see some tears. So last episode, we kind of saw Chrissy being placed in a little bit of a bad light. Not really getting along with the people with her tribe. And her not really realizing that she's not jiving with people. And so very awkwardly, Coach decides to tell her, like, hey, keep quiet. We were going to vote you out next because he wants to work with her. And this kind of sends her into a little bit of a spiral. So we might be able to cross off spiral here too. And we do get a moment where she's talking to Aubry and Genevieve on the beach, needing some girl time. We see a bit of not a flashback, but a little bit of backstory with her going through a double mastectomy and then also removing her uterus and her fallopian tubes for preventative measures for cancer. And so she's basically saying, like, I didn't cry through any of that. And like, I come on Survivor to cry. And so I thought it was a really like a nice moment for Chrissy, because like I didn't understand why people weren't really jiving with her. Like I don't think I'd be that annoyed if someone's like, oh, like what time do you guys want to get some more firewood? Like I just don't think I'd be annoyed by that. So
Yeah. Yeah. That was a nice, I gotta say obviously it was like a nice touching moment and like good like character moment for Chrissy. The coach stuff was giving me flashbacks of when Tyson was doing the same thing to Coach on Heroes Villains, where Tyson had to like tell Coach like, hey, like people don't like you because you have all these stories, like you're so out there. And Coach like got super emotional in that conversation with Tyson because he was like kind of learning something about himself in a way. And then to see now, like 15 years later, Coach is like having that same kind of conversation with Chrissy, which again, I agree with you is pretty like strange because Chrissy didn't seem to do anything that bad.
When Coach was annoying, I got it. Like I got him being annoying, and I'd be like, yeah, tell him to shut up. But I didn't feel that from what they showed of Chrissy.
Yeah. And the thing that irked me about the whole Chrissy edits in the first couple episodes was you heard some people say that she was annoying them with like demands at camp, but we never got even one confessional from Chrissy. So it's like people are talking about her, but she wasn't given room to talk. And obviously it came this episode. So now I see why they kind of edited it that way. So there's like a little bit of like a peak and valley or valley to peak, but
and maybe also sometimes if there's like leading questions from the producers, then they would have an idea of like what people are saying about them. If they're like, oh, so how do you think your camp is feeling about you? And then she might start thinking like, oh my God, like, are they talking about me? They might kind of, give her a hint to that. So maybe they're waiting for, Coach or somebody to say something to her for them to at least get her to have a confessional about how she's coming across to people.
Yeah.
Maybe. What was it? Oh, so this is actually separate from our bingo board here, but congrats to Rick for finally winning immunity. So apparently I haven't fact checked this myself, but I was watching The Specialists and they said that Rick Devens has never won a tribal immunity in obviously both of his seasons up until this episode.
Yeah, that makes sense because he was the third or fourth boot, and they lost every immunity, and then he came back just for the jury or for the merge on Edge of Extinction. So yeah, that's pretty crazy. 2 seasons, he's an all-star and has never won a tribal immunity.
Like, oh my gosh, that'd be so awful. I'd hate to just be losing all the time, but it's pretty cool though. That must have been a good moment for him to be able to do that.
Yeah.
So where are we going next?
Yeah, we touched on Spiral a bit with Chrissy. I would say the bigger Spiral this episode was Emily Flippin. I would consider that to be more of a spiral. Christian telling her that about the idol that Aubry had, and then Emily, like in a fit of rage, just immediately telling all these people she's never met before, and then going back to Christian to tell him that she told them and she still wants to work with Christian was like just a roller coaster of emotions. And I would definitely consider that to be a survivor spiral.
That was a full-on spiral. And I was like, what are you doing? Like, there's no way that Christian's telling you that to, like, obviously he's saying that just in case you get switched onto a tribe with Aubry, like that you have that information so you could work with her for that. Like, and he's trying to be discreet about it. Like, I would never have taken that as he doesn't want to work with me and he's only telling me now to make me know after everybody else. Like, no, he wants you to know this before the swap, obviously. And so she's very intelligent and she at times makes some very good decisions, but the fact that she just jumped down this rabbit hole and it really could have messed up her game and Christian's game. We still don't know the repercussions of it yet. But yeah, that was definitely a full on spiral. Wow.
Yeah. Well, the thing I love about Emily is she is like, this is her brand. Like she is chaos. She is chaos. And at the same time, like people seem to want to work with her, which is like, so there obviously is something about her that attracts people in this game. I mean, she like had a really tight bond with Caleb, I believe, on her first season.
Well,
and
after her spiral moment in the beginning.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah. She definitely spiraled early on, but then she kind of like settled into the game, had a nice run there. And then this season, like I was kind of going into it thinking she might have a tough time with all these like different personalities. And right off the bat, she's in a majority. She's kind of at the center of it. After the first two episodes, I made her my winner pick. I thought she was just in such a great position. And to be honest, even after stirring up some shit this episode, I still think she's in a pretty good position.
I think the reason why people want to work with her is people like to game and play the game because that's the fun part about it. Like that's why I personally don't jive with the honor and integrity people, because no, I want to play the game. I want to figure out how we can win this game. And honor integrity is just that's not playing the game. That's just being the right person there at the right time or winning the challenge. And honor, that means, oh, I won the last time. Okay, let me you have it this time. Like, where is the gamesmanship, the showmanship in that? It's kind of like in season 1 where what do they want to do? Pull numbers out of a bag? Or like it was just some sort of just very democracy-based voting system on who gets voted off the island. And Richard Happ was like, F no, I'm not going to be left to chance. And so I think that's why people gravitate towards Emily, is because she does want to play. Like, she might be making bad decisions, but like she still wants to play the game. She still will strategize with you. She still has ideas. She's still like, oh my God, wouldn't that be crazy if it was Ozzy? Like, she's still gossiping and playing the game with you. And I think that's fun. That's kind of what you're there for, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I would love the alphabet strategy in 2026 at this point.
Terrible would that be? That's the Coach Alliance. That's what they would do.
Yeah. Well, the thing about Coach, though, is Coach is like, he preaches that, but he is like, he does not play the game how he preaches that he plays the game. So I do have a little bit more faith in like someone like Coach. I do believe Coach when he says like, I would never turn on you to Joe or to like Jonathan. I do actually believe that, which is unfortunate, but Coach will like preach honor, integrity
and
to
then
everyone.
Stab you in the back.
Yeah, he'll preach it to everyone, but only mean it to like the big buff dudes.
Yeah. It's true. And if he goes against it, even to one of them, he'll just be like, well, I had to do it. It was part of the game. Like, he's pick and chooses when he's going to be super honorable and integral, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, the next place that I want to go to is cringe. What do you think was the biggest cringe moment this episode?
Oh, the biggest cringe
like
moment.
cringe.
Oh man. Give me a hint. Oh my God. I've never been so jealous of Colby for not being able to hear out of his left ear than in that moment.
What was that? Why is Jeff rapping? Do you think that there's going to be a CD? Like, how would you have reacted if, like, he's like, let me get a snap? Like, I don't know what I would have done.
I would have pulled a Wendell and told him to put the mic down, bro.
Oh my gosh.
Like, if you're going to have a rap, like, bring out some guests from previous seasons. Bring Chris Noble out there. Let him do the rap.
Hilarious.
But Jeff rapping, I'm trying to block it out of my memory. So certainly the cringiest moment of this episode, and if not the cringiest moment in the history of Survivor, it's definitely up there.
Well, like, chicken and waffles is up there.
I think this was worse.
It's worse. This is worse. But like, that was pretty bad. Not from Jeff, but I thought that I'm pissed. Like, very cringe for me. How did you feel about I'm pissed back in the day? A couple seasons ago.
Well, I mean, definitely. I feel like I'm cringe was more uncomfortable. This was just like, I like don't even want to tell people I watched this show after that, just in case they see this clip floating around.
So bad. I mean, that definitely was top cringe moment, but like, was there any other cringe moments this episode?
Was there anything else cringe this episode? I have one that I'm going to save for Overplaying that I think was a little bit cringe, but
Okay.
I think it's better suited for Overplaying. I can't think of anything else that's like straight up cringe, though.
Hopefully something comes up. So Hamden here is asking about if I covered season 45. I don't remember. I was covering on and off different seasons. 45.
That was.
Do you remember if I put D, and I don't think I covered it, but I might have done coverage on Nerdtainment, and I might have also done every once in a while. I think that Taryn was doing a stock watch for Survivor, so I might have done a couple of those on like a Wednesday. We did the stock watch for Survivor. I don't remember if I did it myself. I don't feel like I did. I don't remember talking about D on my channel, but I'm around. I definitely talked a few episodes. If it was Nerdtainment, I might have been doing on Mondays with her. It was kind of like a stock watch type thing. I can't remember exactly what it was.
But if you want to hear us talk about D, you can always check out the Challenge 41 recap.
Ooh, yeah. Did we talk about that much? She wasn't really in that season, but
she was in like at least half the season now.
The beginning, yeah. Just kidding. Okay, we didn't have any talks about the shot in the dark, right?
No, it wasn't mentioned. Q did mention the shot in the dark in his exit press.
Yeah, same with Savannah, I believe, and Jenna talked about it in their exit press.
Yeah, and it's funny. In 49, no shot in the darks were played, so there hasn't really been a shot in the dark discussion for the last 2 seasons, which honestly, I'm not complaining about that. I hope it doesn't get played again all of this season. I suspect it will at some point, though.
I'm sure it will. But yeah, it's like they have something that's introduced to the game. We don't even know if it's part of the game or not because they hasn't talked about it. And I think it's just odd that there's a new mechanic of the show that, you know, Jeff loves televising, like, oh, like Survivor, this is what Survivor is, and like not even like reminding people that the shot in the dark is part of the game. It's just bizarre that it does exist, but we don't know anything about it.
Yeah, I only knew it existed because Mike Bloom tweeted about it or something. Right. Or in one of his exit interviews, he confirmed that it was in the game. But Savannah said she didn't even realize, like she forgot about it.
Right.
Which is funny, but it actually kind of makes sense because it wasn't played at all in 49 and she had 10 days off. So I guess
it wasn't part of her game, like a recent game anyways. That would be hilarious, Danica, if that was the Club Condo rap. Do you think, I hope Jeff and Chappelle do that.
Well, I'm sure they'll definitely poke fun at it for sure.
100%.
I mean, Stephen Fishback in the intro for the Know-It-Alls, he did a little rap.
Oh, I mean, I'm so sad I wasn't there because I would have loved to see that live. So fun. So fun. Okay, where do we want to go next? Yes, and I agree that Coach's approach to Chrissy was a little cringy. It did make me feel uncomfortable. Uncomfy.
Yeah.
No tact.
Yeah, so I'll go to Overplaying. I think this is an appropriate time to talk a little bit more about Genevieve. I think she fell into the trap that Jenna Lewis fell into as well, where she is kind of a lone wolf. She's the only person from her season. She's not super active on social media, similar to a Jenna Lewis. And then she gets put on a tribe and is immediately throwing a name out before they even lose the immunity. And then it ultimately puts her in the crossfires, whether she has the numbers or not. Aubry has an idol, and Genevieve suspected Aubry had an idol or flat out knew that she had one. And then she's going to float her name out to everyone. Now, Aubry knows that her back is against the wall and has the chance to either A, gather numbers to get Genevieve out or just idle Genevieve out. So I personally think Genevieve played herself into a losing position. And I think if that tribe loses, she's gone as soon as next week.
I 100% agree. It's really unfortunate because I do think she was playing a better game this season, but she got caught in the crossfires of overplaying here. You gotta like sit on your hands in these games. I know it's hard because like you want to take action, you want to be doing something. You got Jeff being like, "Come on, let's go! Like, give everything you got," and so you're trying things and. This is also a waiting game, right? You had to wait for the right time to strike. Like, yeah, maybe Aubry's coming for you, but you guys didn't lose yet, and she doesn't have any power yet. You should still allow everybody else to come up with that plan and not be the one that's giving up that plan, because then you're the one that's going to be retaliated against if she has any power. So, and I'm shocked that she didn't make sure that she's good with Tiffany.
Yeah.
Like, Tiffany immediately went and told Aubry what was going on after she talked to Genevieve, which is also a terrible misconception.
Yeah, she was just really quick to just float out basically her entire game. It's honestly similar to what Emily was doing about Aubry's idol, where Emily kind of put Christian and Rick in a tough position. Or I mean, mostly Christian, but also kind of blew up Aubry's game from the other tribe. But the problem for Genevieve is doing something that's directly going to hurt her game, where what Emily did was like definitely destructive, but it doesn't really hurt her own game too much. It actually put her in a good middle position. So I'd say Emily and Genevieve both were overplaying, but Genevieve was more like negative overplaying, and Emily was like chaotic good, I guess you would say, in D&D terms.
Yeah, and I guess Genevieve would be chaotic evil.
Like, well, I wouldn't say she's evil, so...
What's neutral? Chaotic neutral?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, because she definitely wasn't chaotic good.
Yeah.
We could be evil though, because she was specifically targeting Aubry. That's not super neutral.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, not like
I don't mean like evil as in like
evil.
Like,
not like Russell Hance.
No, but like she is targeting her and wants her out of the game, and she's doing it in a chaotic way. So, in the terms of Survivor, but not in like Russell Hance, as you said, but in like a gameplay, like she was kind of chaotic evil, I think.
Yeah, I definitely think she overplayed like to her detriment, where Emily overplayed, but it was kind of more like neutral to good.
I'm gonna go over to reward. So they got chickens this time around, huh? Like, do people really want to kill the chickens? Is it good TV? Did we vote on the chickens? Like, why are we getting live chickens again? We got it. Was it last season?
I don't remember.
I feel like we just saw people killing chickens recently.
We definitely saw it on Australian Survivor.
Oh, was it Australian Survivor?
It happened on this season of Australian Survivor, but I don't remember. Honestly, like 47 to 49 are such a blur to me. Yeah, the dark ages of Survivor.
I feel I don't know if it was 49 or not, but I feel like it's happened very recently. And anyways, the chat will let us know. But I just don't think it's a good reward. Like, it just seems so wrong. So gross. Yeah. So wrong. Like, I don't really eat chicken, but I definitely don't know how I'd feel about eating it on the island. It's been 6 days.
You know what I think? Like,
do you care?
Yeah, I know. The thing I think they are missing out on this season is like, this season is supposed to be like an honor, like honoring 50 seasons of the show, but like they should be doing that with like the rewards and the challenges that they're doing. It should be reminiscent of different rewards from the past. Like, I would love if they did something fun, like have like the portable like refrigerator with the Cokes in it. If they could get like a sponsor from Coke or something or whatever. Probably. That is like an old school thing that, like, okay, we get it. Like, they chose not to have like an old school dominant cast, but they can still honor the old school game in different ways through challenges, rewards. Like, instead of bringing Zach Bryan next week, like, why not bring in Boston Rob to host a challenge? Why not have Parvati come
Anybody.
out for a reward, or like Cochrane came on Game Changers. Like, why not have Tony come and do a strategy session with someone? Like, those are the kind of things that I think they should be doing, and like finding ways to make this like a Hall of Fame kind of ceremony, as well as like an epic game. Like, the epic game is there so far, but the honoring of 50 seasons has been like, it's been nice in the flashbacks and like the opening montage, but I'd like to see a little bit more throughout like the challenges and the other stuff.
Absolutely. Like, I would love to see throwback moments, because it really gets me reminiscent of the show that like I've been watching for more than half my life. Like, that's insane. And so I would agree. I would love to have more throwbacks. Mrs. Brown Sugar here is saying that they have to get them food somehow. It doesn't have to be chickens. Rice is always an option, but they need to feed these people somehow.
Yeah,
true. But like, there's been different rewards that of food that have not been killing a chicken.
Yeah, like, I mean, we've had sometimes where they would do like PB&J, like just like fun stuff. Like, you can have like, I mean, I'm sure later in the season you'll get like the like an Applebee's type of thing, or like the Sanctuary, where they'll have like food for like individual rewards. But I think there's a million things they could do that are really fun. I'm just like thinking about it now. Like, how awesome would it be if they did a Survivor auction?
I was thinking about it right now. Auction, go on.
Yeah, like an auction. I hope they do it later on, maybe after the merge. But how awesome would it be if, for like this year, for the host of the Survivor auction, we have Boston Rob and Parvati? Like, that would just be awesome to see. And it's like, bring them in for one day, give them a few $1,000, like let them hang out in Fiji, and just like, or like Richard Hatch, the first ever winner. Like, we get it. You don't want him on the show. You think like it's a liability to have him out there, but how about have him come in and host the auction?
Murray says, Jeff is not inviting Parvati because she won on Australia versus World.
I think there's like a little bit of beef. I feel like he would invite her to, like, if they did do something like that. I feel like Jeff would invite her for sure. I don't think he's going to like completely snub her. Like, he knows that she's one of the 4 faces of the show, of the Mount Rushmore.
Absolutely. Okay, was there any bonding that happened this episode?
Yeah, I would definitely say so. I mean, as much as we might not like it, Joe, Colby, and Coach were bonding pretty hard.
Oh my God, I've never seen like some grown men so excited about like being on the same tribe. There's like somebody like,
yeah, like they're all like, that was like their heated rivalry. It was,
yeah, exactly. Ironic there. So yes, they definitely had their bonding moments when they come together. Like, how is that happening that they're all on a tribe together? Like,
they must have been like connected pregame. Like, I've heard rumblings that there was like a Zoom alliance.
Well, what's the Zoom alliance? Someone mentioned that in the chat.
I think that's what I mentioned earlier that I was like fearful of, like the Joe, Jonathan, Coach, Colby, and Stephanie. I think there might have been someone else involved as well. I can't remember who the other person was, but it's like the people you would expect to like bro down plus Stephanie. Maybe Jenna Lewis was the other one. Or no, I don't know. I don't think Jenna was.
I don't think Jenna was either.
Yeah, so that's like the Zoom alliance. And I heard, this is just a rumor, I think, but I heard part of what made like the fight between Rick and Joe was because Rick brought up the Zoom alliance, and Joe like flipped out because he didn't want to like seem like he was cheating the game. Yeah. And I think Rick was just like, we all know that you've been like doing this bullshit with Coach and Colby. And Joe did not take kindly to that.
Of course, because that's like attacking his integrity, his honor.
Yeah. When they first got in that fight, my first thought was Rick must have said like, the way that you're acting is why you got 0 votes. And that's why Joe lost it. maybe that did come up too, but
Probably. I mean, I might throw some low blows at somebody if he was acting so like self-righteous and like being like, "Hey, stop throwing stones in glass houses here, buddy."
yeah.
I might have gone below the belt. Oh, I don't know. Was there any negotiations that happened this episode? I don't think so.
No, Angelina has not given us an on-screen negotiation yet.
I know. I heard that she did one that wasn't aired, but no. Twist. I guess like we can talk a little bit about the actual tribe swap. That's a bit of a twist in the game.
It's the first ever twist on Survivor, I believe.
Really?
Tribe swap. Yeah, I think Survivor Africa. I believe that's the first. I don't think we ever got a twist in season 1 or 2. I mean, unless you count like the merge as a twist in season 1, but I'm pretty sure the tribe swap in Africa was the first time they ever did something like out of the structure of the game.
That's pretty cool then. So, having the twist come into this season. I mean, I don't mind shaking it up, obviously, but what I always get frustrated by twists is when people are in good positions, it messes up their good positions. But then I also like people that are in bad positions. Sometimes it really can help their game. And so I'm just kind of always like between a rock and a hard place, whether I like the twist or not.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm
the merge. Or swap. Sorry.
I'm mostly anti-swap, especially early swaps. Like I said earlier, like I think if they did it when there was 18 people left and do 3 tribes of 6 or 2 tribes of 9, which would be even better, I would have preferred it more. Like I don't remember if I voted for a swap or not.
I think I did.
Yeah.
But I think I did because I was hoping it would go into 2 tribes of 2 or what, like two tribes as opposed to 3.
I feel like they'll still do that at some point. Like right. I think maybe when there's 16 left, it'll go to 2 of 8. How many people do you think will make the merge this season?
I don't know. And like, do we know if everybody's gone home? Like, I thought for sure they were going to do some sort of edge of extinction or have people, like, everybody vote or have an opportunity to come back later on in the game. Like, do we know for sure if everybody's done?
I would assume so, just because there's so many people and not enough episodes.
Yeah, I thought they're going to start doubling up episodes. I thought there was only going to be 1 tribe win every episode instead of 2. So I'm surprised by they went this route for sure.
I have a very dark thought in my head that I almost don't even want to say out loud.
Oh, like one time every tribe is going to go to tribal, right?
Not even that, like worse than that. Like that, I think that will definitely happen. It has to at some points. But I have a worse thought that like almost feels wrong to speak, but I'm going to speak it anyways.
Oh wait, can you like, can I try to guess it?
Yeah, you can try to guess it.
Give me maybe a couple of clues that are not going to completely give it away.
I'll give you a very like good clue that won't necessarily give it away right away, but it's something that happens semi-frequently on the challenge.
A purge?
Yeah. I think they're going to do a purge and like Cirie is going to find a way to get purged out because she always goes home in the most unconventional way. And it's like, there's so many people left. I could see them doing like, all right, do like a maze and then, or do some obstacle course that ends with a puzzle. And Cirie is just so far behind and gets out.
Okay, you didn't fully explain it. So Joseph wants to know what is a purge. So can you just give a fuller description of what a purge could be?
So a purge is basically on the challenge, like you'll do like a big challenge that's typically like a lot of running involved.
Every man for themselves usually.
Yeah. It's either every man for themselves or every team for themselves or pair to themselves. And the person that finishes in last in that challenge is automatically eliminated from the game. There's no votes. There's no chance to strategize and save yourself. You're just done based off of a challenge. So it's never happened on Survivor before. It happened on Big Brother essentially this year with Rachel Riley. In a way, it was similar to that. But think like what happened to Rachel Riley or just someone coming in last place on a challenge and going home for no other reason. I'm worried they're going to do something like that to cut the numbers down.
I'm sick. That's awful. I'm
Yeah.
sick. And like, I guess it could be, I don't know if it could have to do with like the Jimmy Fallon stuff and like the country artists. And and Mr. Beast, like Mr. Beast loves stuff like that.
Well, I think I could tell from the preview what the Mr. Beast thing. Did you watch Beast Games?
I saw their episode.
Okay.
Like the Survivor meets Beast Game episode. I think I'm still like 4 episodes behind.
Do you know what the Beast coin is?
I did see the Beast coin in the preview, whatever. I don't remember what it does. Oh, yes. It gives you the opportunity to double your money.
Yeah, to double the prize pot. So that's in the preview. It showed the Beast coin. So I have a feeling he's going to come. Maybe he comes at the auction and he auctions off the Beast coin. And it's like, hey, you're going to like someone here is going to flip this coin. If you flip it on one side, you're doubling the prize pot to 2 million. If you flip the other side, you're out. So it's like 50, you're flipping a coin for your life.
Would you do that? Like, no, I don't know. Would you do it?
So no, bad. I wouldn't care. I would want someone else to do it for sure. But
someone else, yes.
Yeah.
Make sure but also with that coin, I remember part of it was that
you have to play it at the final 6.
Yeah, you have to still be in the game.
It's incentive for other people to keep you in the game, which is good. But then it's a 50-50 chance at the final 6 that you're going to be eliminated. And they could still vote you out. Like there's no, like in Beast Games, I'm pretty sure the girl who won it was voted out before. Oh, sorry.
Well, I haven't seen the ending, but now I have an idea who it is. It makes sense.
In season 1, in season 1, I think the guy hit it and like it doubled it to 10 mil.
And when that guy won it and came back, like, how dare you come back? I would not keep you in the game for a second. Yes, Joseph, kind of like how they got out Rachel. It'll be probably a different mechanic. So it'll probably be a lot of the super fit people will do well, and the people less athletic will have less of an opportunity. And it'll be the battle of the perceived weaker people. Likely is like what purges usually are in like the challenge.
Would you rather they do a purge or a triple elimination?
Oof. Triple elimination. Depends on what the purge activity is. If it's something that is fair across the board, fine. But I would rather people have the opportunity to play Survivor to keep themselves in the game anytime.
Yeah, I agree. I would rather the triple elimination would suck for sure.
It sucks, but like at least they're going. If they have an idol, they can play it. If they have if they have somebody that has any sort of other advantages, they can conspire. Like you still have a chance. I don't like people having no chance to stay in the game in Survivor or Big Brother. I just can't get behind it.
Yeah, you know what I think? If there was a purge, the only way that I would think it's not horrible is if the purge challenge was straight up make fire. And it's like, instead of fire making a final 4, like maybe you do like at the
the first 8 people that get through are in, and the last 2 or 3, like,
or if it's like there's 14 people left and it's like your ticket to the merge is making fire and the one person that makes it last does not make the merge. Like that I
can get that. I can get into that.
I still don't love it. By no means do I love it, but I prefer that than like a hardcore like swimming and obstacle course challenge. Like,
no. I would rather that as well, because at least then you have a chance. It's not only physical. You should by now, coming back for season 50, know how to make fire. And if we voted to not have final 4 fire, like they probably want it in there somehow. So like it'll let them scratch that itch for sure.
Yeah, and it's also like something that like doesn't like drastically favor the men, where like the men have longer strides, like the men can like move a little bit quicker through some of these obstacle courses. Obviously, like puzzles are equalizers, but if Joe gets to a puzzle,
but it's like
5
moving
minutes
something
before,
heavy to make the puzzle,
or if like you have to go through a balance beam, like Joe is going to get there way before Cirie, and like Joe is going to move and swim through things quicker than Aubry. It's just like as good at puzzles as you are, like you're still going to be way behind in the first 80% of it.
Right. Oh, that's awful. Don't say these things. But I could see it though, especially with Beast Games. Like he does a lot of just like get rid of everybody, and so I feel like maybe a purge could be corresponding with the Beast Game coin or whatever. Like I don't know, but ugh. Any coachisms? I don't remember anything specific this episode.
I would say the only thing would be the opening montage, which we got for the first time. It wasn't a coach-ism, but we saw him doing his Tai Chi,
right?
Which I think that was a great opening to the montage. Seeing Coach do the Tai Chi right off the bat was.
What would you want your opening montage movement to be?
Oh. Yeah, it's a good question.
Coming out of the water.
Yeah, like, no, I like the mud shots when you're like crawling through the mud and your like face is like half covered and you can just like see your eyeball. Like that's cool.
Okay, I don't know what I would do, but hopefully I looked agile and not awkward. Any shade? Anything shady happened? I don't think so, actually. Maybe a little bit Q shading Angelina. A little bit. It was more maybe last episode, but like not really working that much. Oh, and Cirie kind of shades Rizzo.
Yeah.
Like, who is this Riz God? What?
Yeah, I also think we got a bit of shade from Mike White towards Q, where Mike was like, you told me to vote for you, and like, I'm voting for you. So, which was a good moment too. I hate to see Q go, but that was a pretty good moment by Mike White. And on the topic of that, I also thought it was like when Mike White came to camp and was like, yeah, Stephanie, I'm probably going to vote for you. I was like, what are you thinking? Why are you telling her this? What if she has an idol? What if she plays her shot in the dark? And then afterwards, like the real plan came out. Oh, wow, that's kind of genius, Mike.
I know. I did thought the exact same thing. I was like, oh my gosh, the really outplaying Q. And like, it's not even with that crazy of a strategy, but you know, Stephanie's not a strategist. We've known that. And so, and Q, as much as he could be a strategist, he takes things at face value for sure. He doesn't really think outside the box as to what people could be saying, could be doing. Like he's a little bit straightforward. So yeah, he kind of walked into that plan hook, line, and sinker. Like,
yeah.
Like, especially him not having a vote. Like, you really vote for me. Like, never say that. It's just like a never say that.
Yeah, we did get a little injury.
Yes,
Colby banged his head. I thought he got conked up. He looked like super woozy. I'm like, oh, please don't pull Colby from the game now, too.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, he took a hard hit to the head. It seems
and
like
then
he was
somebody was it Joe? One of the rings fell on his head when it was.
I think that was Rizzo.
Rizzo?
Yeah.
But yeah, so 2 injuries. I hated how Kyle went out. I hate when people leave because of injury in any game. It's just like people have done so much work to get on these shows, and so I hate it. So I'm happy that Colby's still in the game for sure, and even Rizzo.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want anyone to leave with an injury for sure. We'll see. I hope like next episode doesn't start and it's like Dr. Joe showing up. Like, Colby, we gotta take you from the game.
You have a concussion. Oh, shit. I'm thinking maybe a new alliance could be that of Aubry. Oh my God, move. Aubry and Tiffany. The fact that like they kind of came together talking about Genevieve, and I think there's going to be a big moment when if their tribe goes to tribal council, like. It could be bad news. So that's kind of a little bit of an alliance there. Any other new alliances?
Yeah,
are there 4 guys or 3 guys? Whatever.
Yeah, the 3 guys we talked about. I think Emily and Ozzy, like Emily was going after Ozzy and now she's working with them. So that was new. I mean,
someone was asking you how you feel about Ozzy this season.
To be honest, this is probably the most that I've enjoyed Ozzy since like Cook Islands.
Is it his bad haircut?
I mean, he looks like Shambo, that's for sure. But like they won't let Russell back, but here we'll give you Shambo. No, I think like Ozzy, similar to Colby, is like trying to play a new game, and like I don't think Ozzy or Colby, for that matter, like going to be that effective at it, but at least they're trying. And Ozzy's like doing some interesting things. Like he gave up the reward to get an extra vote. Like that's not something Ozzy would have done on his previous seasons. Ozzy had more confessionals in episode 1 than he had in all of Game Changers. And he made it to the merge in Game Changers. So like Ozzy is doing a lot more this season. Like I'll probably never be the biggest Ozzy fan, but I enjoy seeing him and Cirie. Like I enjoy seeing Cirie have someone that can
help
kind of like
be on the physical side.
Yeah, the physical side. He's like a target in front of her. I mean, he gave her the extra vote, which was kind of stupid for him, but I love it for Cirie.
Me too. For first time getting an advantage in any game.
Yeah, so I'd say I'm okay on Ozzy. Like he's definitely not. He's probably like the middle of my list of who I'm rooting for. Definitely not top 10, but he's probably in that like 12 to 15 range this season.
That's pretty good. I definitely liked Ozzy in the beginning, but then as he didn't change his game up, every time he came back, I'm like, it's the same thing. I'm bored. So like, it is nice to see him just trying something new, even though you can tell it's very uncomfortable for him. But like, it's nice to see someone trying to actually win this time because he knows that what he's done in the past did not work.
Yeah.
I checked out backstory. We kind of talked about it before. We got a bit of Chrissy's backstory. We got the backstory of Maria and Charlie. And there was another backstory that I'm forgetting right. Oh, the coach and Colby, being dragged in that challenge. Any other backstories? I think that's it.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
Okay, what about a scramble? I guess we got a bit of a scramble with Q kind of messing things up by thinking that he was outplaying them. Did you hear what he was trying to do in some of his exit press, or did you get it all or miss it all?
Yeah, what he was trying to make sure Stephanie didn't play her shot in the dark, right?
Well, I didn't hear him actually say that. I heard him say that he was hoping that he actually did have Emily and Ozzy, and with him having those two and Stephanie, it would have been a 3, and so it would have been a tie. And then when they went for the revote, then Angelina and Q wouldn't have, or Angelina, and Q, I guess it was, wouldn't have the numbers. And so they wouldn't be voting. And so then they would have the numbers to do 3-2, which would have been to take out Angelina, if that makes sense.
That's kind of smart, actually.
that's what he was saying that he was trying to do, but it's kind of hard to try to do that when you don't have a vote yourself, right?
Yeah.
But that's what. And what were you saying though about the shot in the dark?
I heard him say something where when Mike said, I'm going to vote for Stephanie, and like, we're going to vote for Stephanie. Stephanie then said, well, I'm going to play my shot in the dark. And Q was saying to Stephanie, like, don't play your shot in the dark. Like, I'm going to get the votes on me. And then we'll like hope for a tie. I must have missed the part where he said like on the revote 3-2.
It was like right after that, basically. Yeah. I don't know if it was if every exit interview he said that, but it was definitely, he talked about the shot in the dark first, and then this would have been after, because he wanted it to be a tie.
Right.
Because if they didn't have Stephanie's vote because she's playing the shot in the dark, then they had no shot at getting it to be a tie.
Yeah. Okay. I guess that makes sense then. Yeah. If Stephanie played shot in the dark, she couldn't vote on the revotes
or any vote. Yeah.
On any vote. Well, yeah, if she played this shot in the dark and then the votes were on Q would have been gone, even if Emily voted with them.
Exactly. So,
right.
So yeah, it was a bit of a scramble. If Emily and Ozzy had stuck with him, that would have been a very exciting tribal council.
Yes.
You would have been upset, I'm sure, having between Angelina and Q. Holy.
Yeah, I don't know who I would have preferred leave. Honestly, like both would have been rough. I feel like now that Q is gone, like I can just like root for Angelina, Christian, Mike, and Emily. Mm-hmm. and like they should be okay. Although Ozzy does have an idol, so I mean, I guess
it looks like Stephanie, if they go back to tribal, would be out next. It just seems like the
unless
logical
Ozzy
return.
wants to protect Stephanie, though.
And then who would he take out? Would he want to lose Christian in that? You know what I mean? If he takes out one of his people.
I just wonder if like there was a conversation this episode where Emily said to Ozzy, like, hey, like, let's vote Q, and then next time we'll vote Angelina. So I don't think Christian would vote Angelina, though. Like, he'll push for Stephanie. But I wonder if
don't
Ozzy
use your idol on that.
Well, unless like Christian said, well, why don't we just take out Ozzy? And then Ozzy plays it on himself. But they would have to go for Ozzy instead of Stephanie. It'll be interesting. But I feel like Angelina should be safe.
Unless, what if, like, because, you know, Emily sometimes just flips the script. What if she decides, like, you know what? I don't trust playing with Ozzy. I feel like, I'm just scared of him. Does get him voted out with the idol, and the idol gets sent to Genevieve, and then Genevieve would be idol versus idol with Aubry.
No. That would be quite something.
That'd be quite something.
It would be a lot to happen in 2 episodes, though, and they would have to lose again. But I mean, we've seen Ozzy go out with an idol before, so
that's why she gave it to him. So it's a possibility for sure. Okay, if you talked about Shot in the Dark, we talked about it, but we didn't actually have any played this episode. Any other lies that you want to?
The Mike White one I thought was the best one. We talked about it a bit. I thought that was a really fun and a smart lie.
Yeah, I'm going to go for Stephanie. No, not in actuality. We're going for you, Q. Poor guy. Any other lies happen? I feel like everybody was pretty. Well, what about the fact? Okay, so now it's not really a lie, but it's strategy. We'll say, do we have strategy down here? But how? I'm not happy with this, but Dee and Jonathan are conspiring and talking about how her best friend says, if you're on a tribe with Cirie, vote her out right away because you don't want to say that you should have voted her out. So what do you think about her coming for Cirie? Cirie's not even doing nothing to you, girl.
I think like the thoughts make sense. It's like, yeah, like naturally you don't want Cirie there because she's so good. And like the ideal way to play is like get the really good people out. But the problem is like Dee is another massive threat. So Dee should really want Cirie there. I get it for Jonathan. Like if you're Jonathan, it's like, yeah, well, someone like Cirie.
We'll beat him in Final Tribal for sure. Same with Dee though. Like I don't know why Jonathan's not thinking like, you know what though? You've also won.
But Jonathan was thinking that on the original tribe. But now that they like swapped the tribes, now he's like all eyes on Cirie. I think for Jonathan, like, yeah, you want to get rid of Cirie. She's way smarter than you. She's not someone that's going to really work with you. And she kind of more preys on guys like Jonathan. But for Dee, it's like you just need people in front of you that are bigger threats. And I mean, other than Cirie, is there anyone on the cast that's a bigger threat than Dee right now? I don't think so. I think Dee's probably the second biggest threat there. Maybe Christian is second.
Christian's playing like it's not. I don't think everybody knows how good of a game he's playing, but from what they've showed us, he's playing a pretty smart game.
So, but just like based off reputation, I mean,
reputation.
I think,
no,
I think is probably second.
Dee's definitely second. She even said in her thing, she's like, I'm New Era's best winner, so they say, So yeah, I think that she has that reputation, and I don't think that Cirie though would keep her in the game. If she wasn't going to keep Savannah, I don't think she's going to keep Dee. I don't think, unless she makes certain she works with her and uses her as a shield, but. I guess the only blindside was, Stephanie was blindsided that it ended up being Q going home unanimously. Why do you think that Ozzy took credit for it? Because Q goes, was it you? And he's like, yeah, man. I was like, you're going to take credit for that?
Apparently Q was saying that he didn't take credit for it. It was kind of like, it was edited strangely. But it was weird that the edit made it seem like it was Ozzy when Ozzy was like the most reluctant one to do it. Like they should have been giving credit to Mike White, if anyone, I think. Or, I mean, Emily was the one that was really kind of lying to Q, and Ozzy had to be convinced. But apparently, like, Ozzy was like standing up just to like say goodbye, and then they like did some Franken biting to make it seem like Ozzy was like getting credit for it, which is strange.
Okay. That makes more sense because it just didn't make any sense why. Like, obviously, Ozzy went with Emily and voted out Q, but like, he definitely wasn't the mastermind behind that. So it's strange that they would want to put him in that light. It's very weird. There was no new idols that happened this episode, right?
Nope.
No real idols. Talks about the Billie Eilish idol. Which tribe did not find theirs yet?
I think that was Dee's tribe. So Dee, Jonathan.
And she's not on the same tribe because she's on Cirie's tribe. I did find it funny though when Cirie is like, oh, it's like when you have company over, but you don't want to have any company over, but you have to still be nice. I'm like, that's exactly what's going on here right now.
Yeah.
But they were impressed that they had fire, that they kept going. Camilla on that tribe was saying that, like, wow, like she thought that they're going to like the worst destitute tribe, but it's actually kind of nice.
Yeah. You know what I hate about the tribe swap?
What?
I hate when like, name? No, not that, but I hate when Jeff is like, for the first time, this tribe wins immunity. Yeah, what's exactly. A whole new tribe?
That's what I'm saying. Same name. Like, yeah.
Who cares about the name? It's like,
yeah, it's like, it's not the same tribe. It's a different makeup of people. So change the name or change the color or something, or call it New Orange. But like, it's not the same tribe that's losing or winning. Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah. Australian Survivor really pissed me off with their tribe swap. Did you see the tribe swap episode this
week? I'm behind. I'm behind like 4 episodes. So no.
They had a really annoying tribe swap. It's not really like a major spoiler. I don't know if you want me to not say anything, but
let's hold off.
Okay.
I will watch it basically right after we talk. You know what I mean? I'll get caught up. Okay. So no idle talk. Anybody becoming a new leader? Christian's been doing a pretty good job with that.
Yeah, I'd say Christian's like definitely been a leader.
This episode. Oh, actually, what about with the fact that so they decided to tell Cirie about the idol, because Billie Eilish idol that Christian had found, but they decided to tell Cirie that it was Devens that found it. So that was kind of like Christian giving up his leadership or offering leadership by changing the narrative of this idol. So he didn't look as powerful and as like he has as much like credit on his name. It's kind of leaderish.
I thought that was a really good move by Christian, to be honest. Like, let Devens be the fall guy there. Like, if it's try to hide in the background. Like, don't let people know that you're close with Aubry. I presume Christian and Aubry are friends in real life, or friendly at least.
Well, I don't think that they are, and I think that that's why he was saying, because Devens played with her on a season, I think, or something.
I was getting the vibe that like they maybe are friends, but they don't want people to know that they're friends.
Okay, right, just make it obvious. Like, why would you give it to her? You don't even know her, or do you? Right.
Yeah. So it's like, okay, well now like Christian can reunite with Aubry potentially at some point on a swap or at the merge, and like it can be like super low pro. Whereas like Rick, it's going to be out in the open. Whereas like Rick might be targeted ahead of Christian now. Because I mean, everyone now knows Aubry has an idol basically. So if she doesn't play it to get Genevieve out, they're going to know she has it at the merge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Q did need to drop Stephanie and just let the votes be on her. I
wish he did.
He doesn't play like that though, so unfortunately, like he was trying to not just save himself, but save both of them, hopefully. And he made the wrong decision there for his game. Okay, so lastly, like there was no misspelled names because people could just write Q. Very easy.
Easiest name we've ever had to spell on Survivor.
Easiest. Did we laugh at all this episode?
Oh, I definitely laughed. I've been laughing quite a bit this season. I mean, like laughing at Payne. Like I chuckled a little bit when Colby was like was a little delirious in that challenge.
I definitely laughed at the beginning. So Michelle and I don't know how, but we forgot to talk about the outro of last episode where the planting of the fake idol and Christian falling on the ground. And I did that on purpose. But when they came back to the camp at the beginning of today's episode, or yesterday's episode, it was so amazing how excited Christian was to talk about his acting performance and what they did. And like, they were kind of laughing and I was laughing with them, or smiling anyways. So there was a lighthearted moment. What do you think that Rick is intending on getting out of this hidden idol, fake idol?
I think that he is going to, I think he's going to pick it up himself. I don't think he's trying to get someone else to like be tricked into using it. I think he wants it there for like either theatrics if he makes the jury, or if like he feels like votes are coming on him, like, he can act like he found it live to throw votes elsewhere. So I think that's what him and Christian's like fail-safe is.
So because of the only people that know that it might be there, they're the only ones that are likely going to look there for anything. So
yeah, the only thing that like kind of makes me think it might be possible that they're trying to trick someone else is in Edge of Extinction, Rick did like purposely plant fake idols just to like mess with people. Like I think Lauren O'Connell, like Kelly's friend, mm-hmm. like he just planted a fake idol when he was already safe, just to like kind of embarrass her before she goes to jury. So I don't know, like I don't think that's what he's trying to do here. I think it's more as like a fail-safe in case like votes are coming on him and he can like pull out the theatrics there and see if it works. And then like he'll go up to play it and be like, never mind, this is a fake, throw it in the fire and see if the votes have swayed. That's what I kind of feel. Do you feel differently, or you think that's
no? I'm like that's the only real reason why they could be doing this fake idol thing is for them to be able to use it if need be. And so it's great though. Christian, if he feels that he's nervous about it, he can rifle around and try to find it himself. It's kind of like they both have like a get out of jail free idol at Tribal if it's not used beforehand. So they both might have an opportunity to use it, which is kind of great. I don't see how it works though if somebody else finds it, because like it's just I mean it would be a big like egg on your face, be like, oh my god, I found an idol, and like it's not an idol. That'd be awful, but it would save that person. So I guess no matter what, I'm interested to see how it plays out. And do you think that it will play out?
I think definitely it will. Yeah, I think like as soon as Rick feels he's in trouble, like he is pulling that thing out and like using it to his advantage. Like we know that's like that kind of game Rick will play. Mm-hmm. I feel like Christian obviously didn't pull it out this week, but he was in no danger. Mm-hmm. But like I feel like Christian is like a little bit more like in the shadows, but Rick is like very animated. Like he'll definitely pull that as soon as he needs it.
So we filled up pretty much the whole board. Actually, like a lot of things happened this episode. The last one is, who's your winner pick? Who do you think at this point is looking from the edit and what we've seen so far of them will win this game?
Oh, it's so tough. I mean, like I was saying after episode 2, I was really like in on Emily. I'm not all the way out, but I think her spot might have gotten a little bit more precarious. Mm-hmm. I like I think Christian is playing the best, but he's just like such a big target that I feel like it's going to be someone a little bit more like under the radar. I think Tiffany was a little bit too under the radar up until tonight or last night.
I mean, and did she even get a confessional with that whole? I don't remember. Maybe one if she
got one. She at least got one this episode.
But she got none last episode, which is awful, and very few in the first episode. So I don't know. I just don't think that they would be so under not in the edit as much to win if Tiffany, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I like her, but I haven't seen her do anything.
I have like a feeling that Coach is going to have a long run here. I don't really want him to be the winner. Like, it would be cool to see an old era winner, but I
Only
like
if it's
Cirie.
Cirie or
Yes,
Christian or Devens.
I'd be
I'd
okay
even
with.
take Devens.
I'd take Angelina or
I'll
Mike
take
White too.
Angelina. I'll even take Mike White, even though he doesn't need it.
You know what? I'm gonna stick with. Part of me wants to say Coach, but like I just don't want to pick him right now based on the game he's playing. So I'm gonna stick with Emily for now.
Okay, so
Where are you at?
I'm with Christian. I think that, I mean, we all knew that if Christian were to come back, he was going to be a really amazing part of the season. But he really has been narrating the whole thing. Like, it's kind of a lot of it. Yes, he's been going to a lot of tribal councils, so he's had a lot of eyeballs on him, and he's been doing a lot of confessionals. But I just feel as though it's just showing him in such a good light that, like, I just can't imagine him going out. You know what I mean? And so right now, I think that the edit is favorably pointing towards him, at least making it very deep to the final three. And if he's in the final three, I just can't see people not wanting to give it to him.
I think the only person he would lose to in the final three is Cirie. I don't think anyone else could beat him. Cirie, like, no matter what, if Cirie gets there, she
maybe
would win.
Coach. I don't think Coach could beat him either.
No, I don't think Coach could.
I don't. Coach. It was final three was Cirie, Coach, and Christian.
that would be something.
I don't think Coach has a chance. I think that Cirie might take it from Christian, but it really would be close though. Like, I think it would be a split vote.
My reason for Emily, I think the key for her, if she can get one of Angelina or Mike White out of the game before the merge, I think she's in a really good spot, because then she can go back to like being the number 3 between Rick and Christian, with Cirie on her side. And then she's with 3 people that are bigger threats than her. But she is like, if she got to the end, she would have their votes. She's willing to cut those people because she's a cutthroat player. And she is very strategic and well-liked. So I think she just needs to make sure one of Angelina or Mike get out. Because if those 3, David versus Goliath, all make it to the merge, they're going to stick together. And then Emily goes from like being on the outskirts of the alliance. So I think that's the key for her. Christian, like, obviously is in a really good spot. I feel like Christian is just going to get like that hero exit in like the final like 6 or 5 or right before
in the purge. Like, maybe he can't make fire. Ah!
Oh no, he can make fire without Flint.
But it's nighttime. Ah!
Yeah.
Well, this has been fun, Matthew. Thanks for coming on. Is anything that we didn't talk about this episode that you'd like to?
No, I think we covered all of our tracks. Really fun season. And yeah, I mean, I'm definitely bracing for some double or triple eliminations at some point. But I mean, getting the one single eliminations, 90 minutes or 3 hours single elimination was like everything I could possibly dream of. Just a lot of like fun character moments and beach time, which is my favorite. It's like feeling like old school Survivor, but like with like that new school strategy, which is a nice mix.
Just on another note, though, before we sign off, Bloody Money wants to know if you've seen the cast with Challenge 42. So as far as you've told me, you've seen 90% of it, and you're not sure what the rest is going to be. So we will go live soon, I think, to talk about it, right?
Yeah, I've seen most of it. I'm up to date with the cast. I think we're still waiting on a few more people, but from what's out there, I believe I know, and Chantele will know soon.
I will know soon. So we'll figure out a day to come and talk about the 42 cast. It will be coming up soon. But thanks, everybody, for coming and hanging out. I know some of you guys are not enjoying the season, but you are enjoying talking with us live and playing our little game. So it's actually a fun time. I kind of like doing this recap like this because it's just, it's kind of all over the place.
Talk about everything with, and it's not like you're not tied to like chronological order, but you can kind of mix and match.
So it's been fun. It was fun having you on as well. Thank you, everybody in the chat. Please like and subscribe, please. That would be amazing. Get those numbers up so we can do this more often. It would be super, super fun. And we'll see you guys soon, next week for sure, and maybe sooner for Survivor, the Challenge, season 42. See you guys.